who's not ready for some football. We wait now a few months. I'm sure all the players and coaches have worked extremely hard over the summer, but this is the day that we give them to talk to you, the media, to tell you what their expectations are for this coming season. We will go in alphabetical order as the media guide is printed. Each coach, when you come up, we all ask that you coach in the middle, flanked by two players. Flank is a football term, I think. And if you have extra players, they can stand behind you. The media will ask questions to any player that's up here and the coaches as well. But when you begin, we ask that the coach introduces the players that they have with them and the positions that they hold on your team. All right, we'll get started right now with G.W. Carver High School.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Here we have junior linebacker Jaden Taylor, senior offensive lineman Terrence Warren III, sophomore quarterback Sebastian Hurd, and junior defensive lineman Kingston Brown. And introduce yourself as well. And I'm the assistant head coach, offensive coordinator Antoine Young.
So to start things off, just you coming off a state championship, first team in Columbus history to go back to back. Just what has this offseason been like as you prepare to go for 3 in a row, but you're doing it in a new classification?
For us, the offseason, pretty much, it's a new year. The last state championship, we put that in the past. Want to focus on trying to achieve a third. It's just been a grind for us as we lost a lot of seniors last year, but we did have a lot of young guys returning. So we're pretty much just trying to get them prepared, taking over the leadership roles of our team and just grinding.
Coach, you have a tough schedule this year. How to play Douglas County, Douglas of Atlanta, a new region which includes the defending single A champions, Worth County, Crisp County, and Sumter County. Talk about how that's going to get your team prepared for the postseason, playing such a tough schedule.
The idea was, for us, the non-region schedule, to get as many tough teams as we could, because we did know our region is going to be a tough, and then to win a state championship, you're going to have to win 5 football games against some very tough teams. So the best thing that we thought was possible for this young team was to put all the challenges early in the season for us.
Coach Jones, with all due respect, where is Coach Jones?
Coach Jones had an emergency this morning.
Coach Young, Cameron Lindsay of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Just wanted to question, what is one word that you want to describe your team this season?
I think one word that would describe us this year is going to be mental toughness.
Coach, these guys have a really successful past 2 years, only 1 loss, 2 seasons. Some of these guys, don't know what it's like to lose. How do you guys avoid complacency with a team like this?
Some of the things we do, we avoid it. Basically, starts with us in practice. We have different drills set up where one team's going to win, one team's going to lose. So there's always a loser, in those drills, and it's pretty much just getting their mindset on. We're going to have difficult things that we have to go through, but we want to be able to fight and compete and just push through.
Coach, I know that there's a significant amount of firepower, offensive firepower has been lost, but obviously each and every year, as we've seen over the years, somebody else steps up. I know with that 3-headed monster running back last year, it was phenomenal. Who are you going to be calling on? We know that you got your quarterback and obviously the receivers, but who are the running backs that you're looking to this year?
This year is going to be a committee group. We have an incoming freshman that we're expecting some big things, and we have 2 older guys that we're going to ask them, kind of like last year's team where we had 2 seniors and a freshman. So this year we're going to have 2 seniors and a freshman. Ask those seniors to kind of pave the way for the young guy, and as he gets his feet up under him, hopefully he can bring us up from the back.
This one's for the players. How do you stay motivated after winning back-to-back state championships? You've been to the top of the mountain. What keeps you motivated to go after another one?
Not being complacent, just wanting to win more. That's all.
Yeah, not being cocky. Just keep grinding. Keep working.
Anybody else?
Boogie, man, how you stay focused, man? I know a lot of people are looking at you, a lot of schools, and they come around, and but how do you keep everybody locked in and knowing and focused that look, they might be coming to look at me, but obviously look at you, but they obviously get opportunity to have the stage as well.
I feel like it's these guys here and then my other teammates just been around all around. I want all of them to eat, so just grind it out.
Sebastian, you came in as a freshman and led your team to the state championship. Talk about some of the focus that you were able to come in, still young, coming into your sophomore year, and what's that relationship like with your receivers and backs this year?
Like everybody just said, not staying complacent, making sure everybody gets to eat, and just making sure we just stay focused and stay on the prize. Come back. We put everything in the past from the last previous years and focus on the new championship.
Another question for the players: what are your 3 goals on or off the field this season?
I would say staying focused in the classroom. That's a big thing for me and getting to the next level. And then on top of that, film. I got to stay in the film room. As a quarterback, just making sure I'm in the film room so I can do good on the field.
I'll say leadership, perseverance.
I'll say getting prepared for college, being the team leader I'm supposed to be, and just being there for everybody.
Same thing. Stay in the classroom. Keep my foot on the gas. Keep working.
What would you say the motto or the message is this season for the season that everybody can get behind? The motto this year.
We still hunt.
Yeah, we still have.
That's for Monday.
I'll say it's because I go against these 2 guys all day, every day. So my preparing starts the week before. So I can do against Trey and a lot of the offensive line. So I just get prepared. Good against them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you, coach. Appreciate you, play.
Next up will be Columbus High. Players, make sure you speak loud. So
Good morning, everybody. My name is Robert Peters. I'm the head football coach at Columbus High. To my right, I have Zachariah Clay. He's an offensive and defensive lineman, a senior. And to my left, I have Lazarius Figgins, also a senior and an offensive and defensive lineman.
Coach, let's talk about last year, bringing the Blue Devils back to the playoffs. Just how do you take that momentum that you guys had last year and bring it to a new year, new region, new classification?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that with success, you have expectations. So we make sure that we communicate that with these young men, that as coaches, we have expectations. But then also to remind them that success is kind of an arbitrary term. We're just looking for growth and improvement. If we can get better every day, then we've been successful that day, and we just try to build on that daily.
Coach, how have you guys used this offseason to really build off that year and try to have a successful third season coming?
Well, just polishing everything that we left off with last year. The third year of an offense is a little bit easier. We've had all the installs that we need. Young guys are starting to pick up quickly. These older guys are helping. So, at this point, we're just polishing, and now we can start to tinker and do the things that we really need as an offense to be successful.
Coach Peters, last year, Andrew Smith had a fantastic year. What are going to be some of the ways to duplicate the offensive production that he had last season?
We've been able to fill some holes right there. We have a junior quarterback that's coming in that has shown a quicker development than we thought. We found a 3-back that is a surprise for us. And, with that said, that can kind of hide some of the holes that were there when Andrew left. Andrew Smith is hard to replace, but, we think that right now, defensively, with him in the backfield, there's some young guys that are going to have to step up, but we're getting there right now.
Coach Peters, question for you and your players: how do you and your players mentally prepare for a big game?
Mentally preparation, as we worked on that yesterday, just working the mental part of the game because it is a huge part of the game, and situational things and understanding down distance and never letting the situation get too big. That's just the big part of it. If we can stay comfortable, then we can compete.
As far as that, I see you got your two big boys up here. As far as we all know, the trenches are the key to any good team, but we also want to talk about the defense as well. You had a couple of health injuries last year, like say with Gavin Brown. Do you feel like he's going to be able to come back 100% this year and lead that defense at linebacker?
Yes, Gavin is, if not 100, he's really close right now. He's practicing daily, completing practice. He works his rehab after. He's showing a lot of promise as obviously being an every down linebacker, but his health is recovered. He's feeling good. And, right now we're just trying to fill in all the other holes because he's replaced that hole when he left.
Coach Peters in a new classification with familiar opponents like Shaw, Spencer, and Hardaway, but also have Doherty, Monroe, Cairo, Bainbridge, and now in 4A. How do you continue building that consistent winner, making the playoffs last year and trying to build that winning culture is continuing, especially in a new classification?
Every team that we play is competitive. Every team that we play is a good program. So the main thing is for us just to make just to work every play, every game. We don't think ahead. We have to take everybody honestly and know that they're all competitive. And it's a wonderful atmosphere.
Coach Peters, what's one word that you want to define your team this season, and also what's one player that on the team that may be a little underrated that we should be paying more attention to this season?
Probably resilient. We've battled for the past couple of years, and we continue to grow, but we understand that we still must grow to be the team that we think we can be. One player that I would say maybe one that y'all need to watch would be Landon Figgins. Probably he's our cornerback, but we're also going to be using him as our 3-back.
Question for both of the players. You guys obviously playing bigger roles on the lines for the team. Just what has been your motivation to get better in the off season, and what's your expectations for the upcoming season?
Motivation for me has to just keep the younger guys prepared, keep them ready, and feel my leadership role to help them get better as well.
My motivation has been wanting to be a better role model for all the younger players. Because even when I started, I want to be like my older kids and wanting to grow more and more. So I want to be a role model for them.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Next up, we got Hardaway.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Reginald Wade. I'm the head coach of Hardaway High School. I have here Jalen Green, a defensive end that's a junior, and Caden Wilson, that's a junior, that's an offensive lineman. And both of these young men carry 3.5 GPAs. I just want to mention that.
Awesome. Coach Wetner, first off, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to being the head coach. And just talk to us about what this off season has been like, first summer with the kids and getting ready for this upcoming season.
Well, we're going to take it back to November when I first got the job, and we've been working in the weight room ever since, just trying to develop the off-season program to get these guys acclimated to what we're trying to do. So the off-season has been great. We've been working. They actually got the day off. They've been working all this week, so they got to get ready for school, so we give them the day off. But the off-season program has been great. They've been grinding every day.
Coach Wetner, new reclassification, some familiar names, which means we just talked to Columbus. We're going to have the Midtown Showdown again. That's a huge deal for both schools. But to talk about building that culture, your own culture, that we've seen Hardaway with success in the past. We've seen Hardaway rebuilding. Just talk about establishing your culture and getting these players to buy into your system?
Well, the first thing we established was our DNA traits, which is our connection, fire, passion, and energy. So we attack every day with those DNA traits, and these guys are buying into that to the point now where it's almost second nature. They just want to go out there and do it. They want to go out there and practice. They want extra reps. They do everything we can to get better every day. We just want to do 1% every day to get better, and that'll be what we're trying to do.
Coach, what would you say is the goal for heading to year one on the field and off the field?
Well, we're a very young football team. We got 7 seniors and our freshman class and our junior class is one of our bigger classes. So for me, and I was just telling the staff this the other day, for me, expectations and reality is going to meet in this season. The reality is we're a young football team, but our expectations are always going to be high. So our goals are to try to meet somewhere in the middle of that and to be playing in the second week of November. We're going to be on the charter bus going somewhere.
Coach, how have you leaned on these seniors? Like you said, you don't have too many upperclassmen, but how have you leaned on them to kind of teach those younger kids the mentality part of football?
Well, actually, these guys are the ones. My senior class, some of the guys ain't played a lot of football, but these guys have played 3 years of football for us. He's a 3-year starter. He's a 2-year starter. So our junior class is our most dominant class as far as leadership is concerned. And we also have formed a leadership committee that I meet once a month with the players. I just met with these guys last week. So we talk about trying to get a pace of the team, try to see how the team feels and how we're going. So once a month we meet, we discuss things, and we try to get a better understanding from what they're looking at as far as what they need from the coaching staff.
Coach, I know you're excited about having the opportunity to lead Hardaway, but talk about your staff. And you've got some additions to that, 2 that you brought up.
Yes, one of them is old Hardaway alum. Some of your young guys you probably don't know, but Wayne Johnson is our offensive coordinator and our assistant head coach. One of the first starting black quarterback at the University of Georgia, so he brings a wealth of knowledge. He also made it to the league. And Coach Humphreys, our defense coordinator, third year at Hardaway, 3rd year as the defensive coach, but very young, very energetic. I got some guys that are some Hardaway alums, so it's always better when a guy comes back to the school, the school that they walk the halls, to now they're serving in that role now. It's always a better role for that.
Think about that, Coach. Talk about the culture going forward. With that being said, having so many alum on staff now, it's kind of, what do you want the message or motto to be for you and your teams?
Connection. We want these guys to be connected in the classroom, out of the classroom, off the field, on the field. We want to do community service with our guys. We did a couple of community services when I first got the job. So I want these guys to be visible, just not only on the football field, but also in the community, being better young men.
This question's for Kaden and Jalen. You have a new coach here. Just talk to us about what it's been like, this offseason, learning from Coach Wedner and the new staff.
I think it's been a good process. It's pretty consistent. Everybody's buying in. The younger guys are working harder to step up to the plate. No, we don't have many older guys.
Coach Wedner has definitely changed the culture of Hardaway to like a more competitive and physical environment compared to last year. So overall, just helped the players and everyone get together and connect on and off the field and just be family.
Another question for the players. How do you both mentally and physically prepare for a game day?
I'd say I listen to a lot of harder music to prepare for the physical aspect of the game. And physically, I stretch a lot, get good sleep night before, eat good.
Overall, I just clear my mind, only focus on football, and yeah, that's basically it.
Then Coach Wedner coming in, special teams coordinator. We know that's one of the 3 aspects of football, probably the one that's most forgotten.
Yes.
But coming in there, it's still going to be an integral part of what you do as a coach, making sure that 1/3 of the game is also taken care of. How do you dole out the other parts to everybody else, kind of do more of a managerial spot and then get everybody ready for the ball games, kind of your schemes and all that stuff?
Well, since I was a coordinator, I had an assistant guy, Coach Harris. He took over the reins for me this year. So I kind of let my coaches just coach. I don't macromanage. I don't coach a position group. I bounce from group to group during different periods to see what's going on. So I have to trust my staff. That's why I hired them. So I have to trust them. I got to have confidence in them, and they've done everything I asked them to do. So we're preparing just like we have a scrimmage next week, next Friday. So this time next Friday, we'll be getting prepared to go to Marion County. So we're just ready to go.
Coach, speaking of that scrimmage, what do you hope to accomplish from that?
We just want to get better that day. We're not going down there to lose now, I'll tell you that. But we just want to get better. We want to come out of here healthy, number one. And we just want to make sure that we got some good film and stuff that we can evaluate so we can better our team in the next film session that we have that next Sunday.
It's good.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Next up, Jordan.
No, sir.
I want to thank my Director of Communications, Ms. Kimberly Wright, for coming here and making sure I'm doing my job correctly. I'll get a long email later if I don't.
Y'all ready? I'm Coach Martin, new head coach at Jordan Vocational High School, College and Career Academy. Looking forward to having a really great year with some really good guys. Today we brought Dontrell Wright right here. We got Zach Meadows right here, and then Jeremiah Davis behind me. They're all juniors. Dontrell is a quarterback and a safety. Zach plays a little bit of everything, including quarterback. And Jeremiah is the offensive defensive lineman.
Coach, obviously your first year here with the program. Just talk to us about what what it's been like to get to know these players, get to know this program, and installing your program, your culture.
We kind of had to hit the ground running because it was pretty late in the year when I got hired, and then Coach McDaniel had already done a pretty good job with them before I got there. Kind of laying a foundation and get some things installed there. But we wanted to kind of continue a lot of those values, and being that me and Coach McDaniel talk a lot, he calls me about it every day, and because he still cares about them and wants to know what's going on and all that. But we kind of wanted to keep a lot of that going that he had, but then also kind of find our own identity as well at the same time. And so a lot of reputation surrounding the school in the past isn't really the reality at Jordan. And I think there's a lot of things going on that's showing people that that's not the reality. And so we're kind of wanting to continue that with the football team as well. We're wanting to show them that what people have thought is not the reality. We want to move forward. We want to we kind of want to, step and show people that, hey, Jordan can play football too. And so, they've been really working hard. We've had really good numbers all summer. Actually, better numbers than what I would even expected or what I was told I would get. So, and that just it's kind of picked up as the summer's gone on. The numbers have gotten bigger and bigger. And so far, it's looking pretty good.
Coach, the team is playing a non-region schedule this year. What were some of the factors that went into choosing to play that?
I think, when they sat down, that happened a little bit before I got there. They really wanted to look at how to kind of bring back some positivity to the program and kind of, hit the reset button a little bit. And so by playing that non-region schedule, that we were able to go out and schedule more teams that are more like in the position of us, and to be able to not only give us but some of those other teams sort of that culture and that competition that's maybe been absent for a little while. And so it's a good way to get a solid foundation back under the program and to go out and kind of build that winning culture and build the program the right way, and then before we jump right back into, getting in region play here in the future. So,
Coach, I was going to ask about the mentality of your team, but I already see it on the top of your hat. Just talk a little about that and why you guys like to run the damn ball.
all right, hey, there you go. Well, they will say run the dadgum ball to stay kind of that way. But we want to be physical. We want to. That's kind of one thing that that's we kind of harped on is being physical and getting after each other and sort of creating that. We want people to, when they play us, win or lose, when they play us, we want them to say, "Ooh, I don't want to play them again," because we want to get after them and really, they kind of adopted a mantra, which it kind of grew, it kind of out of nowhere. I think it started with our defense coordinator, Coach Patrick, but they started talking about bringing the hammer, and so every day we in practice, they all bring the hammer. If you see us on social media, usually we try to film it, and we spotlight kids at the end of practice for good things they've done. And that's kind of grown as well, where it started with me spotlighting kids, and now they'll speak up, say, "Coach, I want to spotlight somebody," and they'll stand up and spotlight another kid. And usually one of those will end up bringing the hammer at the end of practice, and it kind of grew from that. And we kind of feel like that, that whole bring the hammer mentality is about being physical and and really getting after people. And so that's kind of the attitude we're bringing.
Coach Martin, what would you say is the number one reason that you wanted the Jordan head coaching job? And would you say this is a rebuilding year that you're going to take it game by game, or do you hope at the end of the year you're in the playoffs?
I've actually, the last 3 times the Jordan job has been open, I've applied for it. I have, it's one of those, I don't know, I've always felt like Jordan was sort of a hidden gem. And I think there's a lot of potential there. And so I was really excited to get that opportunity and to go there, because it's a place I've been wanting to go. And on top of it, there's a lot of people I've worked with in the past there. And they've constantly wanted me to go over there too. And so it kind of just all fell together where we were able to kind of get there, and maybe the timing was right, or whatever it might be, but finally ended up there. But it's always been a program that I've kind of looked at and been like, this, I want to be here.
Coach Martin, you come from a program that has similar tendencies to Jordan and Barber County, and has success there, and bringing success back to that program. How do you take some of the lessons you learned at Barber County and bring them here to Jordan?
Barber County definitely was it was a whole thing on its own. Even with some similarities, it was, I would say Jordan's a better situation than it was. Because when I walked in there, when I walked into Barber County, they were 20,000 in debt, and 24,000 the booster club was in debt, and we had to start from scratch there and kind of reestablish all that. At Jordan, they kind of already got a little bit of a foundation in those areas, so those are things I don't have to worry about that I had to when I started there. But beyond that, a lot of similarities, just kind of a lot of the same situations where they've kind of been overlooked, and that's how Barber County was. That's kind of how Jordan is, and we wanted to make it to where people stopped doing that, and people started actually looking at us, and so that we want to get the program to that level. And I think my experience at Barber County, while we didn't win a lot at Barber County, but we pretty much turned the program to where it would, instead of it was a dying program, it was able to sustain itself when I left, and kind of and be there to build. And so Jordan, I think, had a little bit better foundation than it did. It's not about saving the program from dying at Jordan. It's just about, hey, let's get back to winning. And so that's been kind of a breath of fresh air too, and something that I'm walking into it has made it a little bit where we can hit the ground running a little bit quicker. So.
Coach, you made mention of saving the program, but in your daily talks to your team and your individual talks to your players, how do you what do you say to them to block out that outside noise? Because you guys are working for something I guess much greater than anybody else can see.
Our team motto is eyes forward, and that's kind of how we're approaching everything. Is we don't want to care about the past. Of course, we want to end the losing streak and all that, but our whole thing is eyes forward every day. That's what we break it down on. That's what we end practice on after we bring the hammer. It's we eyes forward. And so it's constantly preaching, hey, looking ahead, not letting the distractions, get to you. Don't let what other people are saying mean anything to you. Hey, keep looking forward, keep moving forward, keep getting better.
This one's for the players. If you could just talk about, what excites you for this upcoming season and how it's been playing under Coach Martin through this offseason.
I like to say it's been pretty fun in the summer because we had a lot of players this summer versus last year. It's a lot more structure, and we're just building off of it.
I'm real excited. Numbers have grown since last year. We went from having almost nobody at practice to having almost like 30, 40 players at practice. So I'm real excited for the season.
What excites me for this season coming up is all of the practice and the hard work put into the weight room, and I'm ready to use it.
And piggybacking off of that to the players here with Zach, Dontrell, and Jeremiah, playing at Jordan, one of the older schools in the area, 1937, the tradition that comes with it. Hasn't been a whole lot of a winning tradition, but still a proud alumni base. You start off with your rival, Columbus High School. It's going to be one of the oldest, the oldest rivalry in the city. What's the mentality coming into it, trying to build up to that and try to kick off this season on a high start?
Start off with that. Work hard, put your mind, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. So try your best, work hard, and we try to come out with a win.
Another question for the players. What's one thing that you have learned from Coach Martin so far during the offseason all the way till now?
Definitely hard work versus last year. We've been pushing hard every day. We got like 3-hour practices, so we're working very hard, mentally and physically.
Another thing is don't worry about what happened in the past, the loser streaks, none of that. We'll worry about what's going on this season and moving forward.
I learned basically the same as he said. All of the things that happened last season, the seasons back then don't really matter no more. Keeping our eyes forward.
Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, players.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Coach, stick around. We're going to take a picture then. Okay. Next up, Kendra Cherokees.
Good morning. To my right, I have Amar Hill, quarterback safety. To my left, I have Carlos Moore, cornerback, wide receiver, running back. And behind me, I have the twins, Lee Campbell and LeAngelo Campbell. Both of them play linebacker.
Coach Mayo, talk about the success as you continue building your program, entering your third year. Team started out 2-0. There was a lot of confidence, and you really played tough opponents. But talk about going into this season, trying to continue to build your culture and establishment, entering your third season as coach.
Going into this season, we were trying to be better than we were last year. So last year we won 4 games. So we're trying to win 5 or more this year. We're just trying to be better and keep stacking days.
Coach Brown, you guys were knocking on the doorstep of the playoffs last year. How do you continue to build on that momentum that you guys sustained last year going into a new region?
Going into a new region, like I just said, we got to have good days and we got to stack. We got to continue to be great every day and compete every day and fight hard. And by doing that, we'll be successful.
Coach, what's one word that you want to define your team into this season?
I have 2, effort and attitude.
And to young men out there preparing for this season, we're going into a new region. Even with the new region, it's still a power rankings format. So 5 teams in the region, all 5 could possibly make the playoffs. I feel like all 5 are playoff potential teams. Coming into that, how do you feel how important it is to get those big non-region wins before you head into the games against teams like Carver, Worth County, Crisp County, and Sumter?
So we're just focused on week one right now. We know those games are coming down the road, and we hope to win each game and get better each week, so we can be prepared for the region.
This one's for the players. Talk to us about how excited you are for the upcoming year, and what's been your motivation in the off season to get better as you prepare for this upcoming year.
I would just say my motivation is so what happened last year. I didn't really have a good season, and I would just say that I'm very so excited is because there's a lot of good teams so in our region. So, and me personally, I like to compete, good or bad teams. So, yeah, I would say that's why I'm excited.
I would say my motivation for the season is really the work is not done. No matter how far you think you've got, it's always something you can improve and keep on, continue to work on.
I feel like my motivation is there's a good atmosphere going in the team, a lot of positivity.
For game day.
For us, we watch film and then we go through a walkthrough and then we try to do the same thing on the field. But one thing we try to do, we try to compete hard every day.
I say, me personally, I talk to God and get focused, watch film, make sure I remember all the plays.
Yeah, and on me, I would like to pray a lot. I like to pray. I like to have the mental reps because that goes a long way. Not just in sports, so but in life. So I like to have a lot.
I say on and off the field, I'll watch film, look at the tendencies, everything, and memorize it. And even with that, like something my coaches taught me, at first everything ain't gonna go perfect in life. You're gonna face challenges. It's about what you do to overcome those challenges.
Going through different scenarios, how to beat our opponent coming up against.
Another question for coaching players: what does it truly mean to be a Kendrick Cherokee football player and coach?
It mean everything for me. I am a graduate of Kendrick High School, so it mean everything to come back and try to pour into these young men and help them to be successful.
I say to be a Kendrick Cherokee, one of the main things to set an example inside school buildings, be where you're supposed to be, keep your grades up, and stay laser focused on your goals.
And I would say just grades first, and that like the football team, the volleyball team, the basketball team, we like all as one. So I feel like that's really what so we about.
I really feel like at Kendrick, everything is really a bond. It's a family. Everybody has a shit about football team, basketball, baseball, anything. It's all a big union group.
So making sure we all know that this love, we are family, always each other accountable, and get better. I appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate your presence.
What's up?
All right, good morning. Bryson Freeman, Northside High School. To my right, Javion Floyd, 3-year starting defensive lineman. To my left, Alex Tarboro, 3-year starter. He's going to be our running back this year.
Coach Freeman, this is your first year at Northside. What are you looking forward to about playing in a new reclassification and that opener against Smith Station?
That's a great question. We're excited to play this schedule coming up. I mean, it's a tough schedule, but tough times create great men. And that's what we want to do at Northside High School. So we're excited. The off-season hit. We knew it was in front of us. We're either going to run away or we're going to run. Guys like to ride in those charter buses anyway. So we'll get some good food going. We'll head up there, and it'll be a good time, man. But listen, again, tough schedule. It's going to make these men great.
Coach,
yes.
What's the number one reason that made you take the head coaching job at Northside, and what's your number one goal for expectation for year one?
I couldn't wait to take it. I love Northside. The day I showed up, Morgan Ingram was the head coach. We're in the weight room. and they're just getting after it, and they break it down on family. And I was like, it does feel like family. So it's been family ever since. So when the opportunity presented itself, I mean, it was no question. I mean, I understand how many A's were next to the name this year and what we had going forward, but I mean, I couldn't wait to take it over and hire a great staff and get after it. Expectations, compete, compete. Just work as hard as we can possibly work throughout this off season, through this summer and in the fall. And these guys play absolutely as hard as they can play every single game. Not worried about a scoreboard. Hopefully we light the thing up this year, but if, we'll look forward to that. I just want these guys to grow. I want you guys to, when you watch a Northside football game, you understand the work we've put in the off season.
Coach, what kind of challenges come with the region that you guys are going to be facing this year?
I'll have to find out. We don't know yet. But a couple of years ago, we went up a classification, and we had no idea what was going on. We saw a bunch of teams with a few wins next to their name. We saw a couple of teams with a lot of wins next to their name, and so we weren't really sure. And we found out real quick what it was like. It was a culture shock, and so learning and taking from that this year, we know that we've got great teams on the schedule, but we can't wait to see them. And if you want to be the best, you have to play against the best. And it's going to be very difficult, but it's going to make you better. You're not just going to sit there and keep getting beat on. You're going to adapt to it, and you're going to be better for it. And so that's what we're excited about.
Coach Freeman, what have you learned so far about your team during this offseason?
This group of young men are ready to work. That they are. They hit the ground running. We spent the early part of the offseason trying to hit the weights as hard as we could, get them as strong as possible. I don't think they enjoyed it right off the bat, but I think they grew to love it because they saw those numbers jumping so fast. In the spring, we wanted to throw as much as possible at these guys, play as fast as possible. I mean, it's hectic, I guess is a way you could call it, because that's what these teams. That's how they play. I mean, we had a chance to go up to Noonan and play against those guys and some OTAs and some other 5 and 6A teams. It's fast. Everything's fast. So that's what we try to simulate. But what I've learned about them is they like to compete. They're learning to compete against each other. They're adapting to the pace, the speed, and us berating them at practice. And that they're growing used to it. And now we're not having to bring as much energy as coaches. They're starting to bring some energy as players. And if we continue on this trajectory, I like where we're going.
Coach, I asked you a couple months ago what
Yeah.
Bryson Freeman mentality team kind of looked like. How have you seen that instilled in this team?
Yeah, I like it so far. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the energy. I'm seeing the passion. I'm seeing the physicality. Not seeing as much as I want, but the heat's getting us a little bit. I'm hoping it cools off next week because I know these guys are chomping at the bit to get even into it a little bit more next week. But it's coming together. It's coming together on that.
And to the players out there right now, we know everybody wants to talk about the region jump, going up the classification to 6A. You're going up playing teams against Creekside, Langston Hughes, Lovejoy, Woodward. Your mentality going into that, I would expect to kind of be like, all right, there's going to be people there watching. They have the college recruits are going to be there. Your mentality coming into that, I want to show out and show that I can compete with these same guys as well. How do you prepare for that mentally? I know y'all prepared all summer long in the weight room and training and all. Mentally, what do you have going into that game, going into these practices, knowing that you're going to be able to show out in front of scouts and such?
Just giving 100%, I say every day at practice, you practice how you play. So if you're going to play soft, you're going to play in the game soft, So I feel like if you play hard at practice, you're going to play hard in the game.
I look at it as they human just like we are. So I bleed like they bleed, low key. So I feel as if we bring that effort towards them, they bring it back. We gonna see who win on the gridiron with it.
Question for the players: What's your first thought about Coach Freeman day one for him taking the job all the way till now?
Excited, very, very happy. I already knew Coach Freeman. Learned him over like 2-3 years. Learned Coach Freeman. I knew what he really was about. So I was very excited that Coach Freeman become my new head coach.
Same thing he said. Coach Freeman, he a good coach. He was a defensive coach, so I've been on. he brings energy, more energy. So I love that about him.
Coach Freeman, a lot of great players have come through the Northside program, including a starting running back at Georgia Tech. What's the message to the players, like buying into your system, like you can make it to the next level as well?
Yeah, and we have quite a few that I believe will play at that next level. It's really neat for them to see because those players you mentioned, they come by. We have an open door policy. I want all alumni come by, swing by, come be at practice. I mean, we had a guy there yesterday that stood in the middle of practice the whole time, had a great time. But just like you'd mentioned that starting running back at Georgia Tech, this young man I think is pretty special as well. This will be the first time he gets featured this year, and we see a lot of similarities. So it's neat for him to see there is that path. But also some of those players didn't take the direct path. Sometimes it's you have to take what's available in today's day and time. And so that's what that young man took. He took what was available, and he was not going to be denied. He wanted to play power for us, what he wanted to do, and he made it. So that's a great example for these young men. Do as much as you can through the season, and if you make it, whatever is available, take it. And then if you're not satisfied, keep working. And the way the portal is nowadays, we might jump up, or maybe you make it right out. So
the players being 3-year starters, having that experience already, kind of how are you bringing up some of the younger guys underneath you to kind of step up the bar, knowing that you're going to have to play pivotal roles as captains looking forward to the season?
Coach always tell us that we are family. So family have each other back. Family, we check each other. Family also bring each other up. So as being a 3-year starter and the younger people coming in, I make sure that they are meeting the standards, trying to meet the standards, trying to bring in some effort with it, like making sure they're getting better each and every day, just as long as we are. Right.
Same thing he said, being a good role model for them, the younger classmen, and just try to leave them with some, just like the seniors left some with me when I was a freshman.
Coach Freeman, in your opinion, what is it like to be a Northside Patriot? Truly,
it's like being in a family. You don't always get along sometimes, which I love. I love that. Sometimes they get after it in practice. Whistle hits. They're not friends. They're not family. We're going at it, and when it's over, and when it's done, we're all back together, arms around each other. The school itself is amazing. It's a feel. It's a great feel when you walk the hallways. You can sense, especially on Fridays when we're about to play a football game. It really does feel like home to a lot of the players, and myself included.
All right, appreciate you, Coach.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Next up, Shaw High School.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Johnny Garner. I'm the head football coach at Shaw High School. To my right is Christopher Logan, senior linebacker, and to my left is senior linebacker Otis Stevens, running back and linebacker. Just want to start off by saying I appreciate everyone here. Thanks to the media for covering our young man. That's who we're all here for, and also to give kudos to our athletic director and Mr. Kendall Mills for putting on such a great event for our community. And give kudos to all of my counterparts, all of the head coaches in the room that are serving our community. This is truly a job of service, and give you guys kudos.
Coach Garner, going into year 4 with the Raiders, you got 2 playoff appearances under your belt. Just talk to us about what the progression of this program looks like going into 2026, new region, new classification, what progression looks like for you this year.
Right, progression for us, we talked about it yesterday. As a matter of fact, we talk about it all the time, but we kind of watched the video about it. It's just about being in the moment. And in that moment, that's the only thing that matters, whatever that moment is currently. And then once it's over, it doesn't matter at all. It's over with. So progression for us is winning each day, winning each moment, and then stacking those moments up and giving our best at everything that we do.
Coach Gardner, I know that the motto is taking one game at a time. You'll have a couple of scrimmages to prepare for the opener against Upson Lee, but taking on a tough non-region opponent like Upson Lee, how is that going to get you prepared as you go into a new reclassification?
Okay, so slight correction. Our openers against BTW, we have Booker T. Washington on the 21st, and then the second week we have Upson Lee on the 27th. So, but in preparation for those, we do have a scrimmage next week against Midtown in Atlanta, Georgia. So the biggest thing is it's always about us. It's never about an opponent. It's always about what we do, how we execute, how we come to play in our preparation. So I'm looking forward to that process and progressing each day and winning every moment.
Coach, what is the one word that's going to describe this 2026 Shaw Raiders team?
Togetherness. We have a motto where we've been preaching since spring, since January actually, is we over me. And so it's about the collective more so than each individual.
To the players out there, it's last year, a little bit of a letdown. We all know Shaw has the talent out there. Coming into it with the spring and the summer, watching y'all in the 7-on-7 out there in Smith Station, kind of the intensity the team got kind of come together, getting hyped up. What do you feel like has probably been the biggest growth as a team coming into this fall that you look forward to seeing as far as improvement goes on the field?
Well, I think that everybody is focused on the goal, the common goal that we all have, and the motto that we use, we over me, we use it every day, and it goes through us throughout the summer. We just grind.
Yeah, I would say we put each other first as a family, and we very versatile.
All right, this question is for Otis. I had the privilege of watching on ESPN 5 years ago when you were with Northern Little League. Obviously, you're a multi-sport athlete. How has playing baseball at the varsity level help you just get prepared as playing the linebacker or defensive end for the Shaw defense?
I mean, yeah, playing both sports, it's good. And baseball, you have to focus on certain type of body parts. Football, it's you have to battle the both. But I say, it really helps you because baseball, you have hand-eye coordination. You use the same things as football, and it just helps you play better.
That's been done. By the time game day gets there, if we're just not preparing on game day, I think we're a little late to the punch. So everything's kind of set in. We try to keep things as normal as possible in regards to temperament, in regards to process, in regards to the order in which we do things. So there's a formula, that we have and we stick to it in regards to pregame meal and a time schedule that we stick to just to keep everything consistent. But preparation starts well before game day, more that Sunday.
So, in your year 4 for you, just kind of talk about your growth over the years and kind of what you feel like you've most grown into going into this new season.
At me as an individual?
Yes, sir.
Me as an individual, I think I've grown as a person, grown as an individual in many ways, physically, mentally, I think more so spiritually, and just understanding that every year, every season, every day has something to learn from. Whether it's a quote-unquote successful day or not so successful day, you continue to grow. I think as an individual, my faith has grown. And so I'm in a great space, a great head space, and understand that I have more to go. And I think I've adjusted a lot. I've adjusted a lot in regards to how I deliver messages. Just understanding because each team has a 1-year shelf life. So last year's team is dead. That compilation of players and coaches is not the same. So just adjusting and seeing what fits and how to most effectively communicate and deliver information as well as receive it.
Coach Garner, new reclassification, familiar opponents, not just from the region the last 2 years, but the last 3 or 4 years. You're familiar with Bainbridge, Cairo, Doherty, West. They were all in the same region. Talk about just that travel down to the Albany area, Southwest Georgia, and having familiar opponents in a new reclassification.
Right, it's going to be fun. I tell you that. And I know these guys, they might be excited about getting out of school a couple hours early to take some road trips down to South Georgia. But anytime you incorporate South Georgia football, it's regarded in a high regard. So, like Coach Friedman said, man, you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And I think we definitely have a tight schedule. And every week we're gonna have our work cut out for us. But I think that's a challenge that we're up for and that we're looking forward to. And we're looking forward to seeing how we respond and how we get through it.
Coach, and I do want to correct myself. Upson Lee is the home opener. I kind of got confused because I'm looking at the schedule.
No problem. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Question, Coach, for the players. What is your number one goal heading to this season?
Win our moments. That's our thing. That's my thing. Just win our moments. And understand that every moment isn't a winning moment. But guess what? After it's done, and there's another moment to win. So That's what it is for me.
Just becoming better as a whole, and for me, making it to the next level.
This question is for Chris. We saw you a lot last year, just in and on just about every tackle. What's just the mentally to prepare your mind just to be that leader on the field, to just go where the ball is? Like, what are some of the work ethics you've been working on to make sure you're in just about every tackle?
Just every day getting better, going 110% at practice every day.
Talking about your goals individually. What do you have?
The goals like individually, like I just want to like get better every day and just like make sure that my teammates are like they bring the energy and just make everybody feel like we have the goal that we need to work for.
Coach, what's one player on the team that you feel like that may be a little underrated that we should pay more attention to heading into this season on your team?
There's a few guys. There's a few guys that we're looking forward to. I think a few of those guys are going to have some breakout season this year, or kind of highlight themselves pretty well. If we didn't know, we only had 5 seniors last year, and so a lot of those guys were sophomores, and so they're coming into their own now in regards to being juniors. So since his teammate said say his name, Otis said to mention Vernon Gamble Jr. He's a running back for us. He only played I think in 5 games last year. He got hurt a shoulder. Shoulder had him out, but I think he scored like 12 touchdowns as a sophomore. So we're looking forward to him as well as a few other guys in the offensive line and our secondary as well.
And lastly, what does it mean to be a Shaw Raider?
It's tradition. It's tradition. There's a rich tradition here in the black and silver. And the blessing is that there's so much support. There's so much support in regards to our Raider community. And for us, being a Raider is to carry on that tradition and carry ourselves in the best manner possible, and just represent to the fullest in regards to how we act outside of sports. It's a community thing. So rich tradition, and for us, it's about carrying on that tradition.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you all.
Guys.
After Spencer goes, we'll need all the players, coaches to stick around. We'll take a quick picture together. After they finish up, we'll set up real quick up front. We'll get the players on the picture and the coaches.
Joe Kegler, head football coach, AD, Spencer High School.
Coach Kegler, going into another year with the Green Wave, you guys have had a lot of positive momentum with the program, making several playoff appearances. Just talk to us about how the offseason has been for you guys so far this year and expectations going into a new region, new classification.
We're just trying to work to our standard. If we set a standard and we work to our standard, we're pleased with results. The times we haven't played up to our standards are the times we've struggled in games, and we've just been consistent, trying to preach, get to that standard every day.
Coach Kegler, before you take on Carver in the Heritage Bowl, you're going to face the GIAA opponent, Brookstone, that went all the way to the GIAA state championship. They got a returning quarterback in Broughton Branch. How excited is the whole community of Spencer getting to face a team that Coach Headley has in Brookstone?
We're excited about the first game. Every game's important to us, and that's the first game on the schedule, so that's what we're focused on, trying to be better every day.
Coach, last season, it started off a little rough, but you ended it on a strong note and ended up making the playoffs. So what difference did you see from the first half of the season towards the end heading into the playoffs?
We just started slow the last couple of years, and we kind of put ourselves behind the 8 ball. And, we played stronger as the year progressed. We're just focused on trying to start faster this year, so we and carry that momentum throughout the season and not starting so slow.
And for the players there, we got Elijah, Jordan. Going into this season right here, a lot of experience on the offensive side of the ball, being able to lead. What are your goals coming into this new classification, this new region, coming out here? How hard have you had to work this summer and this spring to get ready for this fall? And what do you feel like you're able to accomplish this fall coming up?
We feel like we've accomplished a lot. We just got to dominate. And this summer, we've been doing a lot of work, a lot of conditioning, staying in shape, trying to have a fast-paced offense.
I feel like we execute on our plays, we'll be good. And this summer, we're working a lot.
Another question for the players. What is your routine to take care of your body, like improving more, get stronger, faster? Like, what's your routine to help keeping your body right, as far as eating and conditioning?
Make sure you stretch. A lot of stretching. So you don't get tight.
Same. Stretching. Stretching the main part.
Coach Kegler, the region that you're in, it's a lot of new opponents. I mean, you're familiar with Columbus, Hardaway, and Shaw, but you got Westover, Doherty, Monroe, Cairo, and Bainbridge, teams that you might have faced in region play in a while. Talk about what you're looking forward to with facing these teams from Southwest Georgia.
Like Coach Garner said, South Georgia's consistent with good football, and we're just excited to be able to put our product out there and play the best game we can play. And same thing Coach Freeman said: if you want to beat the best, or you want to be the best, you got to.
What's been the difference again over the years? If you think back, it's looked like that seemed like 18 years, but obviously, what's different this year now that you have, you're facing 18th? What stands out with you versus all the others?
I guess more gray hairs. When I first started, I was the young guy. Now I think I'm the old guy around. So it's just been blessed to be around, and hope I'm blessed to keep going, and just like I said, been truly blessed and just keep growing.
This question is for Jordan and Elijah. Elijah, by the way, great seeing you again. Saw you at Baseball Media Day. So you're definitely used to this. Obviously coming in as a returning starter at quarterback, and how you're having battles. Broughton Branch, you're going to face them week 1. Sebastian Hurd week 2. Just talk about what it means to be a quarterback at Spencer and able to face these other great quarterbacks that you're facing on your schedule.
Being a quarterback, you're going to hold a lot of pressure. Anytime anything go wrong, who they're looking to blame. But you just got to stay on your toes. You got to lead still. And make sure you watch your film so you know what to do when the time comes.
And Jordan, obviously you have a good relationship with Elijah, being able to get on the same page when it comes to route running. What are some of the things you've been working on to get you prepared for this upcoming season?
Really working on our timing together and being more accountable for each other and stuff like that. That's
This question is for both of the players. Obviously, there's a lot of tradition, a lot of culture, a lot of history with Spencer football, the Green Waves in this community. How does it affect you? Obviously, knowing there's many guys that still come back. Those have gone on to play college ball. Those have gone on to play professional ball. Those who are successful in business. It's been a tremendous amount of people that have come through those halls to have been successful. What does that mean to each one of you?
It means a lot. It's just showing us that we have a way to. We just got to stay down.
that we on the right track. Finna be on the same page with them, stuff like that.
Coach, how do you mentally prepare for a game day, or try to get your team mentally prepared heading on to game day?
We just focus on during the week, make sure we're mentally prepared, what they're gonna, where they're gonna try to attack us, offensively, defensively, special teams wise.
Send us off in the red zone.
Compete. I just want to compete.
And Coach Kegler, what would you say is what it means to truly be a Spencer Green Wave?
You stand on the shoulders of greatness. Athletes, politicians, businessmen, entrepreneurs. There's been all kind of greatness that walk through the halls, and a lot of people don't know about it because it's in the past, so a lot of people don't revisit that history. So we're just excited to be a part of greatness and continue that tradition.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all. Just give us a few minutes to transition, get some quick pictures, and then any other media will take care of that. Just the players first. We'll flip those around. Can we move this? You can move it just this way.
Welcome back, everyone, to Muscogee County High School Football Media Day. Man, I cannot believe it. July 30th, and we're already talking high school football, and I'm with the offensive coordinator, the man behind the plan with the Carver Tigers on the offense side of the ball, Coach Antoine Young. Coach, thank you so much.
Good, man. Always good to see you.
Yes, sir. And then we got the box top assassin. Knowing him since he was a little whippersnapper, and now he's doing great things going into his sophomore year, Sebastian. Sebastian, thank you so much for joining us. All right, first things first, Coach Young. You know, we got to hear from you a little bit during media day, but targets on your back. You play an extremely tough schedule. You play defending champions. What's the mindset going into this year, knowing that not just this area knows about Carver and the circle that's on your back, now the entire state wants to come after Carver?
Man, honestly, that's the big picture. You know, we want to make this become a national brand. You know, we got some great athletes. The history of Carver, they've always had great athletes. So now we want to make it national. You know, we don't want everybody just in Columbus to know about it. We want my people back in Florida to hear about it.
Right.
We want the people up in Alabama, California. You know, we want to make it national for these kids because we got some great young kids. You know, and we want them to really get on the map and have all the exposure that they can have.
You know, we were just talking off air, man, when you kind of came on board. It was during the last time you lost was that Harris County loss, which was 2 years ago. Seeing where the offense is at now, averaging over 40 points a game. How did you come in and click with the players the way you did so quickly and then turn it into what it's become now in a juggernaut?
I came on after they suffered a loss against Harris County. Luckily for me, I've been in Columbus since 2014. So, like with the Matthew Mungin, I train quarterbacks.
Right.
He's a kid I've been training his whole life.
Right.
I've coached a lot of these kids. Like I said, a lot of them have trained with me. I've coached Kelston and Parker and Yancey and those guys when I was at Russell County.
Right.
Known Tristan, KJ, that group, Kobe,
right.
Jamarcus Davis used to play quarterback. I've been training him since in middle school. So that group of kids,
right.
the kids that I knew. So it was kind of a blessing just to get put in there with those guys because I already had like a rapport with them.
Right.
And then them just seeing my face kind of, you know, they was already trusting in me. So things that I came in and was able to help them do, they believed in it, and it just made the transition so easy.
It's the face behind one of the best offenses in the entire state the last couple of years. You didn't know who he is. His name's Antoine Young, offensive coordinator for the Columbus Lions for many years, too. Helped them win championships there. Very bright mind in football. I want you to talk about this guy, though. He had a lot thrusted at him last year. Coming in, y'all a preseason favorite. He's only a freshman into that hostile environment, and especially Sumter County. We all know about the throw there, but how did you know that he had that in him to lead a team to championships at such a young age?
Sebastian, when we got him over the summer, obviously started to work with him, and I saw the potential. We knew he was going to be the future quarterback for us, but we didn't know that he was going to have to be right then and there. Like I said, when we got him, he was 14 years old. He didn't find out he was going to be the starter till week 1. We had some things happen. We had to call him on a Sunday night before the first Monday practice, like, hey, man, you're going to get the keys to this Ferrari. You know, I want you to drive it, just don't wreck it.
Right.
You don't have to do too much. Just it's going to be pretty easy for you. But, man, I was very proud of this guy. You got to think, like you said, he played last year as a 14-year-old freshman.
That's incredible.
That's hard to do, man. You know, you got some freshmen that you hear about, but a lot of those guys are reclassification guys, so they're older. He was a true 14-year-old, and he started the season off hot. And, you know, what comes with having a freshman quarterback, freshman in high school, college, they're going to have those days where it's not going to be their best.
Right.
And like I said, his birthday was a day or two before the Sumter game. So that's when he turned 15. Just the Sumter game was wet. It was muddy. He played great, honestly. We had the 2 turnovers, but outside of that, those were the only 2 mistakes he made.
Right.
He made the big throws when we needed, and then just seeing that game and seeing like us being in that position where we were down. We had never been down before in the season, so we always wanted to see how the team would respond. He kept his composure, man. I told him, like, he was pretty hard on himself during the game, and I was just like, you're going to make the play I'm going to need you to make when it comes. Just be ready to make it.
Right.
And, you know, we drove the ball down there, and we got to that play where we called our screen and go, and he made it happen. So it was a privilege to watch him go through that situation and then have success behind it.
No doubt, man. And then winning a state championship was incredible in that state championship game. Sebastian, talk about your relationship with Coach Young, what he's meant to you as a young quarterback, and how's the offseason been for you as you come into the sophomore year, dude?
Well, I have a great relationship with him, you know, and just staying close to him and him mentoring me and just making sure I'm doing right and staying well, even in the classroom and just checking up on me. I really appreciate that. But in the off season, we've been working, getting trained whenever I could, and just making sure I could tighten up the little things I need to work on, and making sure I don't stay complacent, and making sure that I do right. So.
With you, and I know you like predicating on your offensive strengths. You had 3,000-yard backs last year. I mean, I think it's reload season every year at Carver, but that's hard to replace that type of production. How's the offense going to look this year? It's going to be looking different? It's going to be looking the same? Or y'all going to still be multi? What is it like?
Yeah, we're a multi-offense. Honestly, when it comes to play calling offense, we just take what the defense gives us. As a quarterback, obviously, I do believe you got to lean on the run. It's hard if I just come out there and we're throwing the ball 50 plays a game.
Right.
It's hard on the quarterback. So, we got everything starts up front. We got to run to kind of force them to bring those safeties down to kind of get those receivers with those one-on-one matchups that we want.
Right.
And then as we kind of get you to do what we want, then, we start to open it up and start playing games with you. Offensively, man, I think we're gonna be a pretty good offense, honestly. Our goal is to lead the Legion in scoring. We want to again be one of the best teams in the state offensively, and it all starts up front with the big guy over there, Terrence Warren. He's the leader of our offense. He's the leader of our team. He gets us going. When we come out slow, I'm gonna lean on him. Then I'm gonna go to my quarterback and tell them they need to get everything going. But those guys have been doing a great job with leadership and just all the things that we need. Like I said, I think it's interesting for us. Honestly, we are young, but those young guys have played. Like you said, Sebastian the sophomore. He's played 15 football games. Trey's gonna be a 4-year starter. Our center, Cortez Stevenson, he's gonna be a junior. He's a 2-year starter. He started since he was a freshman. So I'm leaning on my two guys up front. I'm leaning on them. Then we got Jason Mayo. He broke the rotation last year. He's gonna be a senior. So I have those 3 guys that return. And then I'm excited about our lineman. That's his class, Carter Huff. Big kid. He's pretty much, I hope he's going to be the next Trey. He's having a good camp. So we got some young guys that we're expecting to really step up. And then on the outside, we got TJ Woodson. That's our all-purpose guy. We got to get the ball in his hands more. We've had our slot really step up. I'm really excited to see what Chad Williams is going to do. He's going to be wearing number 6 this year. But then, at the end of the day, we don't have to force everything because we got the defense on the other side. The game. My job is not to lose the game, manage the game, allow our defense to do what they do, help pin some people back, get us good field position, and then we're going to be a committee running back again this year. There's 3 new guys that I'm excited to see. 2 of them will be seniors, and then we got another freshman that I think everyone's going to be like, okay, these guys just really keep reloading. So, I'm really excited. Obviously, the most excited, I'm excited for this guy next to me.
No doubt.
We got some goals that I think that he can hit. I need about 30 touchdowns from him. He gave me 20 last year. And that's good as 14-year-old. He can easily get to 30.
No doubt.
We missed some plays last year, but he can easily do it. So I want to build an offense around him, as we build his profile. I think we have one of the best quarterbacks in this area. He's a young guy, has all the potential in the world. So, we want to set it up to make it bigger for him as well.
All right, let me go ahead and wrap it up with this right here, man. You see these babies. They're trying to go for number 3, 28-game winning streak. Antoine Young, one of the best offensive minds around. Thank you so much, Coach Sebastian. Good luck this year, man, and look forward to seeing y'all throughout the season. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got more here at Muskogee County Media Days here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
High school football media days here at Muskogee County School District. I'm sitting here with Coach Freeman and the Northside Patriots. How y'all doing today? How y'all feeling this morning?
Doing pretty good, man. Thank you for having us on. We've been looking forward to meeting you guys and getting in front of the camera to speak a little to you.
Oh yeah, man. It's always nice. You know, first year as the head coach at Northside, kind of developing the program, starting the program. Not really wanting to say starting a whole new foundation, but wanting to give it your own spin on things, your own take on things, and build from there. How's it been for you and the players here? Kind of the relationship being built throughout the spring and the summertime since you were hired. How's that been going so far, and what have y'all looked forward to most coming into the fall?
Well, it's been a whirlwind to start. It's a lot at first. Any first year coach telling you that it tells you it's not a whole lot coming fast at you. They're lying to you. But it's been exciting. A lot of energy around the program. These guys have really bought into the weight room, and I love what they're doing each and every day. They're showing up. They're getting after it, and I'm just excited to watch them grow. I watch them compete, watch our program grow, get better each day, each week, and put a great product on the field for everybody to come see.
I was gonna say right now we look like two security guards flanking you, Coach Freeman.
Yeah, I know. Sitting over in the camera.
Talk about the weight room right now. I'm like, man, I know I might even get back in the weight room. That's how you got me feeling over there. But how are y'all feeling right now coming into this season? Like, basically, Smith Station being the one local team y'all play. Outside of that, it's basically all brand new teams. I believe y'all may have played Stars Mill last year, I think.
Stars
so that's
Mills.
the one team y'all got on y'all schedule that y'all played already. So basically all new opponents, all new film work, having to prepare for. I believe that's more of an exciting thing to me. How do y'all feel about it coming into this season?
I feel great about it. I feel challenges coming. And as I say, they're human just like we are human. I feel as if, hey, we bring hard, they come hard, and we shall meet. We see who the best that it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel good. Something just like he said. They bleed just like us. Like we don't care what you do. You know what you did, who you played against. You know how many games you won. You know they bleed the same. You know, so it's not about winning or losing. It's about just respect, really. You know,
Oh yeah.
and showing what's Northside made out of.
Oh, yeah. The Patriot way, I guess you could say. Yeah. That's one of the things. Like, you know, we sat down with Morgan Ingram yesterday, the athletic director, kind of talked about the state of the program and everything throughout athletics. But just as far as football alone, we all know football is the one everybody looks forward to. All the families come out there to watch. The parents, your girlfriends probably painting the face, going out there yelling from the stands. We'll see how that goes. But coming into the football season, you know, you got Smith Station coming up. The one local one right there. Coming into that, I guess is it at Smith Station this year? I'm trying to
Yes, sir.
that one.
Yes, sir. It's
So
at Smith Station.
And it's going to be a fun environment. I'm looking forward to hopefully being there myself. I'm not sure, but I know we're going to have it. They got a 400-person band that's going to be in the stands. So it's going to be probably get y'all hyped up a little bit more to go out there and wear out some Panthers. Let's see how that goes. But as far as the summer goes, Coach talks about the weight room, and then you got the conditioning, planning. As far as the offense goes, the defensive schematics, and then coming out there, how optimistic are you coming into this season, coming into that first game, maybe those scrimmage games coming up? Just, I guess it's more or less with the heat factor I want to talk about. We talked about that beforehand, not being able to put on the pads, the helmets, going out there hitting full. Is it starting to get a little bit of hunger right now? That, Coach, I want to put these pads on. I don't care how hot it is. Can we just go in the cafeteria with the AC and hit?
We are excited about that. I'll tell you one thing that they've done a great job of, and we were really unsure when we built our summer program of how was it going to look at practice. You know, because during summer you can't wear pads unless you go to an OTA, and so we believed that we needed to go ahead and get everything in. We were going to practice the same that we're going to practice when we have pads. We're going to have our inside drill. We're going to have our team, and that's kind of nervous because you're like, are they going to run in and they're going to? What they've done is a great job of learning how to practice the right way. So we're able to execute inside drill and understanding that we're not going to take the running back's legs out here. We're going to get there and it's going to be a quick whistle. And it translated when we went to the OTAs, we went out and we were able to execute our offensive defense to an extent and had some success at the OTAs. And by success, I don't mean that we were beating other teams. We were executing plays that were successful, and we were able to stop some teams some, and it was successful. successful. And so now it's translated, and we've had a few practices with some pads, and we're starting to see that physicality component, and I'm excited to see that grow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that's probably the most frustrating thing as a player too, is going out there, it's hot. They don't want you to be able to put on the pads. That's the one thing you look forward to when it's hot. You know, it's out there, you're sweating, you're dripping, you're trying to find some water, but at the same time, you're like, at least I get to hit somebody.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you're looking forward to. And then again, coming up with the season, had a good one. It's your first year there. How's it been as far as developing that relationship with Coach Freeman out here during this off season, getting his plans in place, improving as a team, kind of gelling together as a team? How's it been under your first year and your first summer so far with Coach Freeman?
I say it been great, man. Love Coach Freeman. New Coach Freeman Wade. You know what I'm saying? Been on Coach Freeman. Remember when I first met Coach Freeman? It's been great adapting to Coach Freeman plans. I already knew what he was really about. He always been about getting out there, going head for head, butting heads with people. You know what I'm saying? He always been like that. Been great.
Can you please ask that question one more time?
Yeah, just developing the relationship over this season as a team under Coach Freeman's first year. How's that been with the summer training and everything?
It been good. I love, the energy that Coach Freeman brings. He brings a lot of energy, that we needed. So, it's good. Like, everybody's a family, he makes sure everybody's straight, on the field, off the field, so he's a good coach, man.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing it this year. Like we said, season just a couple weeks away. Yep. Going over across the river to Alabama. So we look forward to that, seeing what these Northside Patriots are going to do in 6A, see if they can shock a couple people going out. I know they're planning on it. They're working hard all summer long, getting ready. Again, this is Northside Patriots, Coach Freeman. Some of the Patriots over here next to me with the football team. And we'll be back in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And we're back here in Muskogee County Football Media Days, and now we got the school called College Drive, Hardaway And we got the first-year coach, Coach Reginald Wedner. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it. Nice to be here.
Talk about some of the players that you brought with you. We already seen you during media day, but just want to mention some of the players.
2 juniors I brought, Jalen Green, defensive lineman, DN, 3-year starter. Also go play a little bit of tight end for us this year. Then we got Caden Wilson, offensive lineman. He doesn't really go both ways. I saw him in tackling drills yesterday. The other day, he didn't look that good. So he's an offensive guy. So and both of these young men both carry 2.5 GPAs. That's a plus.
Hey, Coach, I do want to say something about Hardaway football. I've been covering high school football in this area since 2021. That was the last time you made the playoffs. Michael Williams was on that team. You had success, improvement, going from 0 wins to 4 wins. Playing a tough schedule, though. Just talk about building your culture, Hardaway football, and really trying to get those players to buy into your program.
Well, like I said in media day a minute ago, we started off with our DNA traits, connection, fire, passion, energy. So we want to be connected on and off the field, and then every day we want to bring that fire, that passion, and energy that's going to make us a successful program. And these young men are buying in, and the coaching staff they're working their behinds off. Every time I turn around, somebody's watching film. In the middle of the day, where they probably should be at work. Some of them are watching film. So we're getting prepared, and everybody's excited. So we're just ready to go.
Yeah, and we were excited that we got to feature Hardaway the last couple of years. That rivalry is back with Columbus. You got the 3rd year of the Midtown Showdown. The new reclassification in familiar opponents, because 4 years ago, you faced Doherty, Monroe, Cairo, Bainbridge, Westover. You guys were all in the same region, but you have a newcomer in Spencer, and then also Shaw and Columbus. Talk about this region that you're playing in the 4A classification with some familiar names, and then the last couple of years having the four Columbus schools all in the same region.
Well, it's going to be challenging for us transportation and
Exactly.
these guys out of school. That's the piece that nobody really want to talk about. Getting these guys out of school, driving 3 hours to go play a football game on Friday night, probably get back well after midnight. So that's going to be a challenge in itself. But the region is stacked with teams that's some prominent teams for state with Cairo and Bainbridge. Having Coach DeBose there now. So those are going to be some challenges when we go down there when Bainbridge comes here. So, but we're not even looking that far down the road. Exactly. Right now, we're thinking about next Friday, which is Marion. That's our first scrimmage. So we're looking at Marion. We're going to go by week. Everybody.
Yeah, and you're home. The regular season will start August 21st, taking on Randolph play.
Well, it's actually we got moved to the 20th.
Oh, the 20th. Okay,
yes.
So that is going to be Thursday instead of Friday.
Yep.
So
Thursday night football.
Yeah, looking forward to that, guys. You had a busy summer. What's the summer been like? What's it like playing for Coach Wedner? And with the heat here in Georgia in the summertime, like how early are you guys getting up to practice and get ready for the season? Start with you.
We've definitely been able to beat the heat practicing earlier in the mornings. Starting practice at 8:30. Just getting out there earlier, not out in the heat. But overall, practice with Coach
Wedner has been like a different environment. He's changed the Hardaway culture. It's more competitive and more family, like connected.
Absolutely. What's the summer been like for you?
I say about the same. We're more competitive as a team. I think we're more physical as well, and everybody's buying into it. Seeing what the program could be like, and pouring into it so we can manifest what it will be.
All right, Coach Wedner, let's talk about some of the members of your coaching staff. One familiar face, former Hardaway Hawk, Wayne Johnson Sr. He is going to be your offensive coordinator. You have some other members of your coaching staff. Just talk about some of your coaching staff and what they bring to the table this year.
Well, Wayne brings a variety of knowledge and experience on all levels. So if anybody want a quarterback in the city that's in 8th grade and want to be coached by the best quarterback coach in the city, is Wayne Johnson.
Absolutely.
So he's in at the highest level. So he's bringing his knowledge in, and I'm an offensive-minded guy. So when he came in with his system, I mean, I didn't even have to pretty much read it or look at it. Once we rep it in practice, we've been repping it so much, I just know it. I never even looked at the playbook because it's just that easy to adapt. We got some young guys coming on the scene. Coach Humphrey's our defense coordinator. 3rd year at Hardaway, 3rd year at DC. Well, first year at DC, but 3rd year at Hardaway. He got here the same year I got there. Great energy he brings every day. He doesn't
He doesn't take. He's a no-nonsense coach. He wants that defense to be physical. He wants them to get out the folks, and that's what he coaches. We got Coach Russ. He came up from Chatco. He's our film guy. He's probably someone watching film now knowing Coach Russ. He's a great asset. He's our DB coach. I got a guy named Coach Thomas that was with the Columbus Lions and just won the championship. He is my wide receiver coach. So we got a lot of guys that's done it at a high level. And those three I mentioned, besides Coach Humphreys, are all Hardware alums. And I got Coach Harris that took my spot. He's our one-game coordinator. He's done a great job.
Yeah, there is just something special about being a Hardaway Hawk. And by the way, the only school in this area in the last 20 years that had 2 first-round NFL draft picks. I think that is awesome. Guys, talk about this region. I know you guys are looking forward to getting out of school early, heading down to Southwest Georgia to Bainbridge and Cairo, but also those in-town rivalries with Shaw, Columbus, and Spencer. What are you looking forward to about playing those Columbus teams on your region schedule?
Overall, just the familiar face. Having a good competitive match with them, and then outside of that, going to see new faces and having a good competitive match with them too.
All right. What about you?
I say the same thing. The competition to it, and just proving something wrong. Win or lose, it's a competition.
Well, Coach Wedner, good luck against Berrien County in the scrimmage. But hey, Thursday night, Randolph Clay. You might even be we have a week 0, but it might be that first Thursday night game in week 1, and looking forward to seeing how the season plays out. All right, that's Coach Reginald Wedner. Thanks, guys. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the new head football coach of Jordan, Coach Chad Martin, Mike Frost, he's going to be talking to Coach Martin here live from the Muskogee County High School Football Media Days on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everyone, to Muskogee County High School Football Media Days, and I am with Shaw U and the head coach of the Raiders, Johnny Garner. Coach, what's up, brother? Appreciate you for coming on and staying with us. I know you've already done your hit, but we appreciate the time to get to talk to you a little bit more, man.
Anytime.
Year number 4.
Yes, sir.
Which is crazy. We were just talking about it. I was like, man, how long have you been there? I thought it was 3, but what's the mindset now? What have you learned during these last 3 years, and how excited are you for year number 4?
Just adjustments and growth. Just continue to grow and understanding what works for each group. You know what I mean? Each group is different. Like I said, in coaching, we're constantly evolving, just as we should in life as well. So just evolving and delivering message and and getting into the team and understanding what they need and what they respond to well.
Coach, you brought these two guys. We were talking off air. They're really their first graduating class.
Yes, sir.
Why'd you want to bring them? Why are they important to you to be here for Media Day?
Like I said, all of our guys are, extremely important. But these guys here, just they show a lot. They show a lot. A lot of people talk. A lot of people verbalize what they are and verbalize what they want to do. They've exemplified in their actions in regards to being at practice and giving everything they have. They're leaders on our team in the classroom as well as on the field. So they're great young men. They model what it is to be a Raider. So it only made sense.
Awesome. Chris, senior year, what's the mindset? How do y'all come out strong this year and get back to those consistent winning ways? End of the year strong. Last year, kind of keeping off that momentum, winning the back-to-back games. What are you trying to get out of your senior year, man?
I'm really looking forward to going to the next level, and us as a team just coming in with a chip on our shoulder, like from last year, not having as a good season as we wanted to.
Right. Otis, you're a leader. You heard what Coach said. How do y'all make sure your teammates are held to a standard so y'all can go out and win?
It's just like every day, like during the summer, like we just make sure everybody's on time, and we just like verbal communicate to everybody like there's a standard that we hold each other to, and we always got to be accountable for each other.
Coach, and you're already going to another region. It's like year one, you were in one region in 4A. Then the last 2 years, you switch up again. Now you got to go back to what you originally started with. Is that going to be kind of a learning curve? Do you feel like you kind of know these teams, or are you excited about the challenge?
Well, you never know teams because, like I said, they have 1 year shelf life. So each year, each team changes. It's going to be different. So it's fun. It's fun being able to adjust and adapt, and that's part of coaching. Being able to adjust, and once you see, what it is, you make your adjustments, and then you try to implement it into your team. But I do think it's great for us in regards to getting a taste of that South Georgia, some of that South Georgia football, and bringing our product to it, and experiencing different things, and ultimately we want to expose these guys as much as possible. Exposure leads to expansion,
right?
And so we can expose them, and now, like I said, they have more expansion opportunities in regards to recruiting, in regards to being able to showcase their talents on a broad scale.
I saw you in 7-on-7 at Smith Station. Looked like the guys were out there having fun. I like the progress I'm seeing from your quarterback. So let's go there first. That's a very important position, Coach, especially running your offense. You feel like this year you got what you need at the quarterback position?
Definitely. Just like all of us, he's a work in progress. But in comparison to last year when he got his first start to now, he's light years ahead of where he was. Awesome. So
I saw the confidence this summer.
Yeah. He's worked his tail off in the offseason. And for him, it's more so the mentality that he brings. And of course, physically, he's advanced. He's able to make. I think he can make just about any throw he wants to.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, and it's just about him being consistent. And a lot of that comes from reps, and his confidence is up right now. He's grown tremendously as a person and as a young man. So I think that will pay dividends. And we want to continue to cultivate that growth as a young man, and everything else take care of itself.
Let's talk about finally your staff. It seems like you got a good staff that you like working with. You got a great relationship. I saw your report during that 7-on-7. Talk about your staff and how you're looking forward in year number 4.
Man, I got my defense coordinator is Tim Bennett, and so he's new. He's not new to the area, but he's back. And so Tim actually just left from the University of Toledo.
Oh, wow.
And he was the Nichols coach.
Okay.
He actually had to call the bowl game in December against Louisville.
That is incredible.
He was DCing.
That's a good upgrade, right?
Yeah. So he was DCing in December and was able to grab him in January. So
Nice.
me and him go back. We're actually high school teammates, and we've never lost contact. So throughout his coaching ranks, he's been all over the last. He's been coaching college the last 7 years.
Right.
And so he was ready to come home. God called him. He said he needed to be back in Columbus, and I was like, hey, yes, come on. You know what I mean? As well, like I said, I moved to Columbus, and here with us is great. Our offense coordinator returning, Coach Llewellyn. This will be year 2 for him.
Nice.
And so it's a conglomerate of guys. I go on about those guys. Coach C, Coach Carrazzo is awesome. Our safeties coach.
Yep.
Towson's finest.
Yeah.
And like I said, he played DB up there at Towson, and
he
actually led his conference in interceptions.
Yeah, he did.
And so, like I said, he's back, military guy, former Ranger. And like I said, this is
Good to
year
have a
2 for
disciplined
him.
guy like that too.
Yeah, man, he brings so much structure and he brings he's very attentive in regards to the details.
Awesome.
He's very detail oriented.
Right.
And so he'll come in and have his drill sheet. It's
Already
everything for every
organized.
movement, you know what I mean? So and ultimately we rub off on each other and we build into each other, and they rub off on me, and it makes everybody up their game. So
Awesome.
we're competitive in everything that we do.
Awesome.
Like I said, Coach DP, Coach Guest, this is my first time I'm having a former player of mine.
Oh, wow.
As a coach now. So
Nice.
and Coach APA. So I coached him way back in the day at Northside during my
Right.
stint there. So I'm starting to feel age a little bit like, golly, I got
Getting
kids.
older,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Man, I got kids I coach on my staff now. So
Awesome.
it's fun. It's fun. It's very fun. And yeah, I think the staff is gelling well. I think the kids can feel it, and it's a we over me thing, not just with them, but with us as well.
Well, Coach, good luck this year. Look forward to seeing you throughout the season.
Thank you.
Shaw Raiders, Johnny Garner. That is Chris Long and Otis Stevens. We'll take a break. We got more here on Muskogee County Media Day, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
And welcome back, everybody. It's the Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's the Muskogee County School District Media Days here for football. I'm sitting with Coach Chad Martin and some of the Jordan Red Jackets. How y'all doing so far this morning? Good, man. I know we've had a couple questions already being asked and answered throughout the media days, but it's nice to just get down and sit down and talk. How's it been so far this summer? Trying to, everybody I'm a Jordan Red Jacket alum myself. 26 now, so 27 years ago. That's how old I am. But yeah, I was like way before y'all even thought about it. But coming into it now, everybody has that little bit of a stigma with Jordan. We all know it. I mean, everybody kind of looks at it a certain way. We all know that's one of the things y'all are looking to change so far. This summer with the hard work with Coach Martin here, working hard, weight room, out on the field with your teammates. How's it been so far this first summer and first spring under Coach Martin, getting ready for the fall?
It's been great, working hard in the weight room, putting work in out there on the field, making sure everybody got us down, the plays and stuff down packed so we can move forward and get ready for the season.
It's been good. My favorite part is the weight room because I actually got stronger from my last few years being there.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the big things. When you start seeing the numbers, you start seeing that you're feeling the difference and all. You kind of wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, man, look at that.
Yeah.
That's why he has that deep voice.
Oh, yeah. He's going to switch the baritone on you over to something. We're getting ready for it. Like we said before, it's a non-regional schedule. So really no playoffs this year, really coming into that. But how's that feel as far as y'all still have that mentality, all right, we're going to work and get better. It's kind of like a more or less like, all right, we'll sacrifice, say, playoffs this year in order to build that foundation for this school going forward and get that program going in the right direction.
Yeah, we're not really worried about the playoffs right now. We're really worried about trying to get past this win drought that we have. Like, we're just trying to get rid of it so we can win, and then next year we can try and get to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. That first win, that's going to be a little bit of a monkey off the bat there, and then we're going to be in a lot of I know it's going to be one of the things you're working for. We always, you think about it, trying to break something like that, and then kind of getting that to where you kind of you'll figure it out where you'll play a lot more freer that way. You're like, all right, nobody's looking at us a certain way.
Yeah.
We got that off our back. And with the schedule, y'all got non-region, a little bit of travel, but I believe you only have to go on the road 4 times this year. I believe so it's not too bad. Y'all got teams like Central Macon, Georgia Southwest Georgia STEM Charter. Baconton County, I believe, Greenville, Georgia, another one. Y'all, that's going to be a nice little rivalry there because Coach Sanders, he was a longtime AD down here in Columbus with Spencer and all, so that'll be a fun one. And then coming in, just like far as I guess we don't want to give away too much, but not really a whole lot of teams playing here. But as far as like schematics go, scheme wise, what have y'all been working for on offense? Like, what can we look for differently offensively?
We're talking about how they really designed it based off of option teams, and basically they were doing the same things, just throwing it forward. So that's really, I mean, all we're passing the ball, we're just passing it backwards, and we will still throw too. We're the better we get in the run game, the more it's going to open up the passing game, and so that's how we're looking there. On defense, we're going to be pretty aggressive, multiple look, and we're going to bring people and kind of cause some chaos and do things like that. So
yeah, I was always kind of, I guess you can say, my favorite style because even back, it's been 20-something years, but Jordan's always been one of those schools where it's, everybody basically plays 2 ways. You're going to play offense, you're going to play defense. You might get some water during a timeout or a quarter between quarters, but that's about it. Going into that, thinking about that, like that, the conditioning it takes to go out there and do that. I know it's hot right now. I know a lot of teams are kind of strapped as far as being able to go full pads with the heat advisories going on. How have y'all been able to manage that? Still get that conditioning in? Has it been more work, like say inside, maybe in the gym or something like that, in the air conditioning, or have y'all still been out on the field just running, trying to get as best shape as y'all can going into the fall?
We've been going late all summer long. When when I got hired, I went and I was asking people like, hey, when would be, when do you think would be we get the best turnout? And then I asked when some of the players I saw then, asked them then, and everybody kept coming back. Hey, well, we have these teams practicing during this time and this time. Why don't y'all do it in the afternoon? Why don't we do it in the afternoon? So, and I got to thinking back at some of the more successful places I've been, and we practiced in the evening, and we did it in the evening. So, that's kind of when we decided, hey, let's roll with that. And so we've been going from 5 to 8 all summer.
Okay.
And so we've just kind of kept, next week we'll drop to being a little bit earlier with school being in, but we've continued through this week going 5 to 8. They go that first hour. We usually have some kind of character education, and then we have the weight room, and then from there, about that time is usually when the wet bulb allows us to go outside and do pretty much whatever we want to at that point. And so it works out. We hit that time frame where we're able to get out there and pretty much not be that a little bit restricted, but not that restricted. So
yeah, plus I guess it's got to put y'all on a little bit of a on the field clock. The games are going to be around 7 o'clock anyway, so kind of gets that body used. All right, this time every day I'm going to have to be hitting folks out here on the field. So kind of get adjusted to that. And looking forward to that, or whatever. You being an offensive lineman, you being out there and skill player, you kind of spread the ball around a little bit. How does it feel in that scheme with the option offense? How do you feel as an offensive lineman going out there against some of these guys? It's more of a mental aspect to it than just using brute strength. You have to be able to hit the angles correctly, get to the right spots at the right times. So you being a leader on that offensive line, what have you taken charge of as far as making sure your fellow linemen are all on the same page?
I let them know that, size don't always matter. And I learned that from another lineman on the team because, I'm stronger than him, but he got good technique.
Yeah.
So, I tell them that it don't always matter about that.
Yeah, that's what I always tell everybody too. Low man wins.
Yeah.
And your biggest, and I always say, me as offensive lineman myself, coaching for a while too, I always like to say, your biggest weapon as offensive lineman are those hands. If you can use those hands and get them in the right position, you can turn a man any way you want to. And being out there in the skill player, what you looking forward to? What are some of your goals out there with the ball in your hands?
You know, as a quarterback, I got to be able to execute the play, know what to do when the play breaks down and stuff, and and then wide receiver, I got to know who to block, when to block, what route to run, all that, and then at wing, I got to know who to block, what route to do, what I need to do on this play, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's one of the things about it. People kind of want to say that it's a bygone era to run the option. And actually, it's probably one of the more, I guess you could say, complex offenses you can run because it's not just me go here, me snap ball, me run ball. It's I have to do this. Everything's a read. If you're a quarterback, you're reading the dive, you're reading the end, you're reading everything to see whether you need to pitch, pull. So I mean, to me, it's fun to watch. I mean, it's fun to be a part of. I enjoy doing it, and then that's right here. I mean, looking forward to a big year for Jordan. I'm looking forward to y'all to get that win, get a win on the board, see Coach Martin get his first win out here at Jordan. As a fellow alum myself, I want to see Jordan bounce back to what it was. I mean, that's how old I feel sometimes. The last time Jordan got to that next level was back in the 90s when I was on the team. So I want to see it come back to that. And I believe y'all are going to be the team to kind of build that foundation and get Jordan back to that glory. And there's a lot of people in town that want to see y'all do the same. So I look forward to it, man.
Yeah, same here. And like I told them, if I told them if we win 7 games this year, I'm gonna get a Jordan tattoo right here. So they're gonna hold me to that. So,
oh yeah. So you get that big J with the jacket going through it right there. Yeah, that'll be a fun. I might get one too. I might get one about that big on my thigh.
There you go. There you go.
And then y'all see me out there with one-legged pants, just showing it off to everybody. Well, I'm here with Coach Martin in the Jordan Red Jackets as we get ready for the fall. And I'm Mike Frost. We'll be back in just a moment with Thrift and Kendall Mills here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everyone. I want to say shout out to a special guy, Kendall. You've experienced him too. I mean, I don't think there's a show on our platform that doesn't have this guy's hands producing it and controlling it, and that's Chris Gates. He's awesome. He directs and helps produce Office Hours, and I know y'all have a good time with him. He's such a cool dude.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Chris
is there on time. One thing we're working on now is air conditioning.
Oh. Coach.
Chris was supposed to mention that to you, but if he did,
Coach, trust me,
my colleagues need
and then the lights too doesn't make it worse.
They need help with AC.
And listen, I was sweating the other day too. Office Hours you can watch every other week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live on Sundays, and looking forward to having another episode.
Yep.
Coach, we were just talking off air. This is 5 years of high school football media day. It's important that you give your coaches an opportunity to get out in front.
Yeah.
And now you're able to do that. So no excuses at this point. There's a narrative being put out there. You're allowing your coaches to at least do that.
Well, you just want to show support to the community and to the schools, and this is just one way through media.
Right.
It's social media is big, but it's new for some coaches and definitely our athletes to be in front of cameras and things of that nature. So I love getting the shot of all the cameras and the focus are on those kids just for a few minutes. So it's nothing like that to get ready for this season. They're still weeks away from their first game. We've got scrimmages coming, but they got games coming in a few weeks. So this is a good time for them to plug their programs, and I love that.
Yeah, I do too, man. And I love how confident some of these players come in. Gives them a chance to get in front of a camera as well. Dude, this is year number 2. All right, we talked about, like, last time when we did our Sitting with an AD, you had a couple things you want to implement in this year as year number 2 of your era as citywide AD. How do you think this off season has went? And I mean, can you believe it? We're already here starting the school year again.
It flies.
Unbelievable.
It literally flies. And you and I talk about it off the air all the time. Just when sports start up, our jobs really,
it's nonstop.
It's nonstop, and you're just always doing something, planning, prepping for something, getting ready for the next one. And when you wrap up one, you're on to the next. So I enjoy it. One, because I'm close to retirement. So the quicker these things start, the quicker they get over with.
Right.
And I get another year under my belt for retirement purposes. So I'm looking forward to that.
You ain't retiring yet, baby. I'm
Not
going to
yet,
keep
not
you in
yet.
office.
I'm gonna find something else to do.
I will keep you in office for a few minutes. And if not, then you can always come and do what we do here at Georgia.
I'll try it out. That's right. Absolutely.
All right. Coach, now we're heading into football season. You got 2 stadiums. You got Connect and you got Otis. Connect went through renovations. Is it going to be ready in time for this upcoming season? Yes. What should people expect for this upcoming football year in terms of parking, getting tickets, and are y'all planning on using Memorial? Now's the time to go ahead and answer some of those questions that maybe have.
Right now we have 5 games, maybe 6 scheduled at Memorial.
Okay.
And we have to because they have so many teams.
Right.
And we got teams traveling from out of town, so we got to use that stadium.
And now because not everybody's playing each other, being in the same region.
Correct. Connect is going to look absolutely amazing.
I can't wait.
I don't know if the pictures out there. We got drone shots that we've been taking for the school board and things of that nature. I don't know if that's out there publicly yet, but it looks really, really good.
Awesome.
So we're looking forward to that. No ribbon cutting ceremony and thing is in place because it wasn't demolished and rebuilt. It was just some stadium renovations as well as stadium seating renovations as well as the concessions on the visitor side. We're still going to use GoFan. That's our number 1 source of admission for tickets. No cash is at the gates, of course. Clear bag policy is in effect. All spectators could be wanted. Once you go through the security briefing, that moment there. But everything's ready to go, man. I mean, it's not major changes, but, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're drinking fluids and water before you come to those games in August and September because it's going to be hot.
Yeah, no doubt. And I want you, now's the opportunity, and we try to do it as much as we can. The stadium people, the guys that are the stadium managers, those are very important during the season where you ain't got to worry about when you can trust Stephen Campbell and Casey Ingram over at Connect.
Do a great job.
Unbelievable.
And they've been vetted. Is that the word we use? They've been vetted through Jeff and the system, and the system's in place. So last year, I just didn't want to get in the way.
Right.
But now I understand everything they do, and I appreciate. They're very appreciated, of course, from my office. And my assistant, Lori Skibby, we work extremely hard. It's not a big crew.
It's not. Many people think you got a team of 15,
Yeah.
20. No, it's you, Lori Skibby, and a few others.
It's
That's
not a
it.
big crew, and we're trying to take care of Of course, we start with high school football,
Right.
But guess what starts next week? Also, volleyball, softball,
Cross country.
Cross country starts. Middle school volleyball. Middle school soccer will start in a few weeks. Middle school cross country.
Holy
So
smokes.
the planning is ongoing for all of our sports in the city.
Well, thank you so much for, again, what you do. Thank you for allowing
you.
us to cover y'all's athletes. We look
Yes,
forward
sir.
to it. Year number 4, Muskogee County School District on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Can't wait to see all the stories, all the teams, and it's led right here by this man. He's done a great job, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that puts a wrap on High School Football Media Day, Muskogee County School District Edition here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.